Hey, how's it going? I'm Ruben198, and today I wanted to start up a new little series here. Want to do a playthrough of a Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga, a game that I haven't played in numerous years. I remember playing this game when it was released as The Complete Saga, but also I played it back before it was Complete Saga when it was just individual Lego Star Wars games. I think it was in three. There was like a 1, 2, 3, and then there was a 4, 5, 6. I remember playing those back in the day. But I, of course, have played the Complete Saga, but it has been a long time. But I thought it'd be interesting to do a little playthrough of this game, a game that actually is really dear to my childhood. But without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's see if I can really remember how to play this game as well as how this game actually works. I did turn off the music. Right now, audio volumes are at about 2 out of 10. I think it should be good. If not, try and fix it as the series goes on. But of course, didn't want to do music of the game just with it being Star Wars. Great soundtrack. I love Star Wars. Some of the best songs ever created for a movie franchise, but would rather be not hit with copyright strikes for the music. But without further ado, let's get started. Now, this game, of course, is one of those games that LucasArts made that back in the day was really really good. The Lego games have always had an interesting take. They're kind of a comedic take on the kind of the movie genre that they're usually based on. Of course, you had Lego Lord of the Rings, you had Lego Star Wars, Lego Harry Potter, so on and so forth when it comes to games. So it's always interesting with these games. Really like the comedic approach they take. I think it's just interesting because it does tell you the story of the movies, but at the same time, it is really telling you in a more comedic, childish way, but is pretty funny. So let's get started with chapter 1. Of course, we're gonna start on episode 1 with Phantom Menace. So let's skip right through this, and let's see how this goes. Of course, this is taking place during the same time as episode 1, The Phantom Menace of Star Wars. That opening scene. Now, of course, Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn here. This movie has had an interesting place in the Star Wars history. Like I said, if you've never played Lego Star Wars or any Lego game, really they take that comedic approach to the movie or to whatever they're based on. So if you don't know really how Lego games work, really the idea behind them is that you have these studs that I was just collecting, and different things will happen. But you collect these studs from different sources, and really the point of the studs is that in the end you will have these studs to be able to buy different characters that you unlock after doing different missions to buy. So it's kind of like a collecting game to a sort too, as well as just a fighting game. Let's see if we can go like that. So yeah, it's an interesting, like I was saying, interesting take on how games, how it's an interesting take on the movies. With the Complete Saga, you have all 6 movies, and then of course there is a game for Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and I believe the most recent one as well. So it's kind of a situation where it's just retelling the story of Star Wars, but they like doing the comedic approach. Now, if I recall, I haven't played this game, like I said, in a long time. It's pretty interesting, especially if you go for like a completion of this game, because you have to do these things called free play, and of course you got to buy the other characters with the studs you get and things like that. But the most interesting thing is that you have to, unlock characters that cost pretty, exuberant amounts of money. So I think the Emperor, if I recall, I think he's 1 million studs, but I could be wrong. But I'm pretty positive and I know there's a couple others that you can get. But yeah, it's like a collecting game, but also tells the story of Star Wars. So I'm not gonna, diddle doing, grabbing studs, blah blah blah, all the time. I want to try and get through levels kind of quickly. They're not overly long, but they do take some time. And then of course those can't remember what they're called. I think they're called something with that T. They might be just called trinkets, but maybe I'm just like over freaking doing it. I think they might actually call trinkets. For us, they like T-Kents or something. I don't know. Couldn't be this dumb. But as you saw, you get a little power up there. Kind of makes you, more powerful essentially. Premise of it, pretty much you have one attack button, being X and like Xbox One controller. So, that's pretty much the gist of it. But I mean, I think that the unique thing about these kind of games is that they're so, just like they're telling the story, like I said, but it's just doing it in a funny way. And then of course you have the collection aspect. Of course, collection games and kind of things like this, like 100% of games are so popular game genre and things like that. But it just it just gives you kind of that good story of you learning more about Star Wars, and kind of really just being able to relive the movies, but doing it in a comedic way. Like I think, for as much as I'm not, I think like everyone, Phantom Menace probably the worst movie out of all the Star Wars. Well, debatable. I think you could, if you talk about, I think Force Awakens is good. Last Jedi I think has a lot of problems, so there's an argument. Phantom Menace of course has its own problems. One that we'll see in the next level, if I remember correctly, with Jar Jar. But there is the first level. Let's just grab these real quick. I think we'll try and do 2 levels an episode, so we kind of get through it a little quickly, and it's not overly short but not overly long at the same time. And here's the humor. Obi-Wan of course kind of sneaking in after we already cleared everything out. Qui-Gon kind of disapproving. It's pretty funny. I think also interestingly about these games is they get I don't know, so 4, 5, and 6 are unique, of course, being because they, I'm pretty positive, were created before the other ones. But when it comes to the original trilogy, 1, 2, and 3, I know 2 and 3 are a lot more complex and interesting. But then, of course, there is another LEGO Star Wars game that is LEGO Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That maybe after we finish all 6 chapters of this, and feel like we're in a good point, maybe we'll move on to that. That I have also played. I don't think I've ever beaten that one. Unlike this, I've beaten these completely. But I mean, it has been a while, so I don't remember exactly everything, what to do. I know these first couple of levels, because I played it, I played through a couple months ago, but didn't ever finish it. Now, of course, the invasion of Naboo by the droids. This is where they should meet Jar Jar. It's either in this level or in the next level. I don't remember exactly. So yeah, like I said, collecting the studs, stuff like that. I'm not gonna go overly crazy. Like as you saw with the last level, I didn't really get the free play. I didn't, get the free. I didn't achieve free play, or not free play. Story mode, whatever it's called, where you collect the studs and get 100% and stuff like that. That is something if you're trying to complete the game, you definitely want to do, as well as trying to buy all the characters like that. But I think right now, the task I'm laying out is to beat all 6 episodes, and we'll go for there. We'll see if we want to keep going. Do we want to go? Do we want to complete it? I'm not sure yet. haven't gotten that far. But yeah, I like kind of going back to, this is a very interesting game genre, and I mean, we've seen a lot of the Lego Star Wars, or Lego Star Wars, but just Lego in general games. Here, I think we are going to be Jar Jar, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Of course, famous scene in the movie, Obi-Wan's going to run across, knock Jar Jar over, or Qui-Gon's going to knock Jar Jar over. I don't see it. And Jar Jar's now super happy, and he's, just grateful. But, of course, in the movies, and what a lot of people point to, this is one of the huge down points of the Phantom Menace, and I'd have to agree. Jar Jar is a throwaway character that really just kind of hurts the movie. Of course, you add that with young Anakin Skywalker not being the best character, but I think when we get to 2 and 3, I think I just thinking then nope, not okay. That's right. I think when you get to 2 and 3 of the Star Wars, 1, 2, and 3 episodes, 1, 2, and 3. It's an interesting situation you have, because there's a lot of argument about are they good, or are they are they actually good? A lot of people argue. People who grew up with the original movies, 4, 5, and 6, they are under the impression. A lot of them will claim 4, 5, and 6 good. Prequels are terrible. La di da di da. However, being someone who grew up actually with the prequels, they would argue that the what am I trying to say here? Other people would argue that the original movies 4, 5, and 6 are the superior movies. I grew up with the prequels. I still think 4, 5, and 6 are very great movies, but I don't necessarily go with the bashing that the sequels get. I think 2 and 3 are very good movies in their own right for unique different reasons. I think 3 being the better one. Of course, I think like a lot of people argue and they see the main things being lightsaber combat, of course, right? Some technological things that make the movie just better from a film perspective. But I mean, I think there's some interesting story points also in 1, 2, and 2 and 3. And I think 1, I agree with a lot of people. I don't think it's awful. It's definitely one of the lower tier Star Wars movies. I don't really want to get started on Last Jedi and stuff like that. I think in terms of me being a huge fan of Star Wars, that was my complaint with The Last Jedi. I think with episode 1, it's like a necessary evil, if you kind of understand what I'm saying. It's a situation where you have, they had to move the plot forward, right? You have to show Anakin Skywalker how he's found, stuff like that. Probably could have been done better, yes, that is, I 100% agree. Characters like Jar Jar, do they really need a presence in the movie? Probably not, honestly. But yeah, so I don't think it's like an awful, but I don't, it's one of the lower tier Star Wars movies made. But the interesting thing I think about these levels is like they're not you like learning the story of Star Wars in a more comedic way with Lego Star Wars. You're also like, I mean, it's a fun game, of course. You got the collecting aspects of characters, studs, the trinket, whatever they're called. Well, I'll figure out what they're actually called. And then what else do you have? There's like mini game things that happen in here. Now, I think like when it comes to Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the most recent Star Wars. Well, I guess it's not the most recent Star Wars one made. That would actually be the newer movies, but kind of like a successor to these, I think is a better situation, and it follows the Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series. That one has a lot of like actually more intricate features. I haven't completely beat that game. I think I've only ever gotten about 25% in, so I can't completely speak to that. But for the little that I did play, it is a pretty intricate game. Now, of course, where we are in the movie with this game is that this is where Jar Jar is going to, or sorry, not Jar Jar. We're going to get into this. What do you call it? The little underwater submarine thing with Jar Jar to go to the capital city of Theed. Or sorry, no, we're going to see Boss Leone, I think his name is. I forgot. I haven't seen episode 1 in so long. Doing some Jedi mind check there. It's kind of funny too, because sometimes you get like voices of like them, like, you know, saying and stuff like that. Then other times it's kind of just like they're nodding and they're not, you know, it's just the music. I mean, there's no dialogue in the game, which it's unique and it's an interesting take to the thing. So True Jedi, that's what it's called. I accidentally skipped the character screen there to see what we unlocked. I think it's Jar Jar pretty much. That's it. So we got a stud total there. Mini kits, that's what they're called. I knew there was something kit. Wow. So you build them, and they build like things to the thing. The bricks are also used to build things. That's pretty unique. So let's just take a quick look around Mos Eisley before I wrap up this episode. I said 2 episodes per what do you call it? Per, you know, two chapters of each you know, episode. So I don't want to make it overly long. I know we're getting a little time up there, so kind of go through here. So yeah, there's some things to do around Mos Eisley. There's also like some mini games of that. We're gonna have to explore. 1 episode we're just gonna have to spend, you know, exploring stuff like that. Maybe after we finish the story or something, we'll go back and do that. But yeah, this is kind of cool because like this is like Mos Eisley Cantina is like the center hub. So here you go. You have like characters, right? You can buy all these characters and you get them. You know, they unlock the more and more that you play the thing. So Boss Nos, I don't know why it's Leone. That's from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the animated show. I'm pretty positive. So I don't know. Let's unlock something. Let's get the battle droid, right? We want to buy some of these. I don't really know what the gong droids in these do, but I mean it does populate the world a little bit more. I don't really want a droideka. I don't know. Let's save our money for now. And then you got hints, kind of just like tutorial, extras. These things like help you make more money and stuff, if I recall, and stuff like that. Cheat codes, we don't need those. Golden bricks, used to build. I don't know where it is. I think it might be outside. Oh, these are like custom characters you can make. This is the specialty level. Wow, I really have not played this game in so long. So yeah, you get these bricks from each level, or sorry, each chapter, and then like you build it, but I forgot where it takes you. Well, I'll have to remember. Maybe it'll all come back to me. But well, but yeah, no, it's a cool little game. I guess I'll just talk about my plans real quick about it. I'm going to play. Try and do 2 chapters each one of these episodes. So this is episode 1. We got attack there. Okay. And then we will kind of move on from there. We'll do 2 chapters an episode. See where it goes. Maybe we'll make them a little longer, depending on how long they go. Not really sure yet. Oh, just died there. Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I wish these guys would stop attacking me. I want to build these things. I don't even know what this is. Oh, thing. It's like a windmill thing. A moisturizer. Hope these guys will stop attacking me. They're probably not going to. But okay, let's just run inside, and then we can end the episode. Because I don't know what they're doing. Alright, well, thank you for joining me for episode 1 of my Let's Play of Lego Star Wars, The Clone Wars, The Complete Saga. I hope you like the video. I hope you can go down, like and subscribe, especially if you're interested in stuff like this. Going to be doing a ton more of these, trying to do a complete playthrough. Eventually we'll get to hopefully Star Wars, the Clone Wars, Lego Star Wars, the Clone Wars, the game after this pretty much. And then as well, I have a couple other Lego games. We have Lego Harry Potter, Lego Lord of the Rings, stuff like that. So that should be interesting. Maybe do something like that. have a huge Steam library, so maybe we'll also get to some games like that. Well, again, I hope you really liked this type of content. Something I'm trying new. I'm trying some new content as well as the other talking videos I do about kind of news, investing, stuff like that. Just other content that I enjoy that I want to bring to you and hopefully entertain you. Hope you found this entertaining. Hopefully we can talk more about Star Wars lore and stuff like that. I know a decent amount about that, and I love to share it with you, and I love to have conversations. Again, hope you like and subscribe to the channel, and check back to the next video where we do episode 1, chapters 3 and 4. Well, I'll see you. Have a good day.